Today I want to go over a mushroom experience I recently had. I sort of had these six questions I've written down. Um, who are you? What is your why? Who should I be surrounded by? What do you enjoy? What makes you happy? Who's the soulmate I'm looking for? And I sort of had the before answers and sort of during answers. So let's go through it because I haven't gone through it since as well. So who are you? So previously I wrote, I'm a soul put in this human body. I'm just someone that just wants to have fun. I just want to have fun. I want to push my body and grow. Um, I believe in being immortal and going through rebirth. I feel like I've been rebirthed many times. I'm getting very close to enlightenment. Um, I'm prepping for my, and there's a good chance I might be prepping for my next rebirth to be, quote unquote God, figure out, unlock the God from within. Um, yeah. So maybe what I'm doing now is just prepping for the next life me. And when, God comes, his goal is to solve the dark age that is to come. So that's what I wrote prior to the mushrooms, which is pretty crazy. That's like already like a mushroom type answer. So now let's give the jury. How did my answers change? So I wrote that I exist, just being, and I'm sort of the same as a grain of rice that I just ate. I also ate some dinner. Believe that everything is one. Next is when people reach out, call, they're coming into my world. Versus when I reach out to others, I'm going and adapting to their world. For example, next Saturday, I wanted to catch up with one of my next door neighbors' partner, and he plays squash, and I haven't played squash before. So I'm gonna be going into his world because I reached out to him. So you're most you when you're doing things on your own and you let people in. For example, this is something that is my own. And if someone wants to really catch up with me, they can join this lesson call and they're sort of jumping into my world. Next is I said I already have all the answers. So I think like even though I was writing these things down, like I sort of knew this already sober. Um, and I know that I can find the answers whenever I want. I wanted to be grateful for the mushroom for guiding me to this answer, but I'm realizing like these answers are things I already sort of already knew when I was sober. Another point I wrote is I'm a person who pulls bits and pieces from everywhere and everyone. I pull a bit from Christianity. I pull a bit from shamanism. I pull a bit from camping. I pull a bit from sort of wealth and having Rolexes and having a G-Wagon. I pull a bit from business. I pull a bit from working for free and doing chores. So I pull bits from everywhere. That's what makes me unique. And then another thing is I realized like thrive under chaos and growth comes from pressure. Like when I was on the mushroom, it felt like I was thinking about so many different things. There was music in the background. I had a headache. I was tired. I was falling asleep. There was so many things that was happening, and I was just learning how to just be with the chaoticness. And I felt like that's where comes from pressure. And the last thing I wrote down is that I want to sort of go back to peak Andy. Peak me was probably in 2021, 2022. So that was probably 3 years ago. So that's probably when I was 22, 23, where I was traveling everywhere on my own. I went to the middle of Australia. I road tripped around New Caledonia. I used to go out and do night drives with my CLA 200. And that was peak me. I was just on my own. I was independent. Whereas the current me is sort of being beat down by life. But also current me, like the thing that's changed the most is over the last 2, 3 years, I've been really, really focused on figuring out my social life. And I've lost that independence. So that was part one. Who are you? Next is what is your why? So previously in the morning when I did this, my why was I want to be the older brother I always wished I had. And I want to prep myself for my future reincarnation, as the future reincarnation is only going to get tougher and tougher. So all I can do is be present and really work hard now so that whatever foundations I build now can carry on to my next life. So now while on the mushrooms, what is your why? Get stronger, get closer to enlightenment for this greater battle that's coming. This battle is occurring, has been occurring throughout thousands and thousands of lifetimes and reincarnations. It reminded me of Naruto, where there was like Sasuke and Naruto, and there was like Indra and something like that, and there was Tobirama, no, the first Hokage and Madara, and just through constant reincarnations, these two sides have been battling. And I do feel like, well, at that time when I was on mushrooms, like I felt like I was on the good side, and I was on this in this battle that has gone on for many, many thousands of lifetimes. And yeah, like I'm trying to close that cycle, but it hasn't happened. I'm in that battle right now. I don't know what it is, but every time I reborn, I have to rebuild back up. So maybe when I'm older, as I keep figuring out this journey of life, I get closer and closer to understanding what exactly I'm fighting for, what exactly I'm being reincarnated for. Next is I'm literally the main character of an epic movie. Like it's weird. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I met my soulmate after waiting and being patient for so long, and she passes away due to cancer or something. I don't know. But like it feels like I am a character in an epic movie where something tough like that would happen, where I am living this unique life where I don't have a soulmate, and I'm 25 and I haven't been in love. I haven't found love. Um, and that's very, like, I'm surrounded by friends and everyone has partners, everyone's been in relationships, everyone's been in love. And that's something that life hasn't given me yet. And when it does, I wouldn't be surprised that, I don't want to manifest that, but yeah, I do feel like I'm in this sort of really epic movie where tough things, crazy tragedies happen. Um, Next is the why will come as you get more and more in love with solitude and being on your own. I think that's another big lesson. So I'm going through this chapter of solitude right now where I'm really just focusing on me, focusing on being myself, not reaching out to anyone, getting back to people at my own time, at my own pace. And yeah, just focus on doing things on my own, doing things I like, making decisions like, okay, is this something I do on my own? If yes, do it on your own. If no, don't buy the tickets or don't reach out to friends to see if you can get someone to come with you. So that was what is your why? Next, who should I be surrounded by instead of my social circle, etc. So prior, sober, I wrote surrounded by myself and my past selves. I'm meant to go through this training phase solo. So this period of solitude is needed. Like maybe I'm not ready to have followers. I'm not ready to have a cult or a group or a squad. Like maybe I'm not there yet. I'm still very young, and the phase of building a community hasn't started yet. This is all sober, by the way. You know, the few girls I currently meet and interact with is just sort of stepping stones and training for when I am ready for the one to come along. You know, be selective when it comes to breeding. Those answers should have went into the soulmate. Where, but basically, I think I was saying like even though I want children, and I think that thing I wrote down is like, don't just like have children with anyone. Be patient. Wait for the right one. Um, Go to esoteric raves on my own. Like if I really want to go to a rave, go on my own. I don't need to go with people. And by having this solo energy, I'll attract other solo people. I think that's it. I've been losing my way. Like I probably best attract other solo people, but since I haven't embraced it fully, it's been struggle to attract these people. People are either followers or leaders. Right now, I'm neither. And either I'm somewhere in between, or maybe that either is something unique to me. Or maybe I keep focusing on myself and I become a leader. I'm not too sure. Now, the answer I had when I was on mushrooms. I want to be surrounded by people that love me. I need to stop thinking of circles, layers, satellites, group of friends, wolf packs. I need to break these constructs. Like I'm boxing myself into these constructs of my friends having their own group of friends, and I have many different group of friends, and I'm only friends with the lead. Like I'm like it's too. I'm boxing myself in. Whereas the simple question of who should I be surrounded by is more simple than that. Like all those constructs is limiting me. So I needed to break that. Stop looking outwards. Look within and you will attract. Stop sort of reaching out to other people. Focus on me. As I focus on doing things I love, I'll attract people that are a right fit, I guess. People who are similar, people who are of similar wavelength and right fit will peek into my this circle, this looking outwards I'm building. And that's a perfect filter. You know, if people aren't reaching to peek in, they ain't ready. So by focusing on me and just letting the people who are right fit reach out, that's the perfect filter. The people who don't reach out, you know, the people who maybe they're in a relationship, they have a boyfriend, they're a bit insecure, they feel intimidated by me. That's okay. That's perfect. Um, yeah, it's perfect. Like if I reach out, I'm now not allowing the filter to happen. Everyone has good in them. Give them space, and if it was meant to be, they'll come back around. So I was thinking of people that I've let go, and I do believe that everyone has good in them, and all I can do is just give them space. And if it was meant to be, they'll come back into my life. So yeah, that was the third question. Who should I be surrounded by? Next, what do you enjoy doing? So the sober answer was I enjoy chatting, learning, connecting, growing, having fun, letting go, and embracing life. Now, the mushroom answer, what do you enjoy doing? I enjoy whimsically letting people know that I'm thinking of them. Like if someone's top of mind when I see a reel, I just send it to them. Take a photo of like a acai bowl that I'm eating and send it to like a friend that's into acai bowls. I like just whimsically just sending messages to people and letting them know that I'm thinking of them, but getting back to them or getting back to others at my own pace. So I like being spontaneous with giving out my energy. And I like to go with the flow of things, be present. Things you need will come your way. Yeah. I think it just be present in the now and things I need. Like right now I'm running out of money. Right now I don't know what else I don't know what I need, but it will come when I need it. So yeah, that's the fourth question. What do you enjoy doing? Next, what makes you happy? So my sober answer was being present, making others feel seen, and completing challenges. Like for example, once I get out of this bleeding period, I think that make me pretty happy. Now my mushroom answer is being. Just being makes me happy. Being alive. And I wrote down appreciating little things. Appreciating little things make me happy. And then the third thing I wrote down last, I've forgotten how feeling the feeling of being on your own could be. I've forgotten how awesome the feeling of like, man, like how good is this? Like I'm on my own. The weather's great. I have this beautiful office. I have this beautiful podcast that I'm filming right now. Should I get light in my face? Oh, that's a bit distracting. Um, yeah, like how awesome is this? I need to remind myself. I think that's it's been a while. Like this is how I felt at the beginning of my journey. The concept of like, I'm on my own, trying to figure this out. I'm working off my crappy laptop. I'm in this small room. I'm all on my own, and I've lost that sort of not me against the world, but me in my own bubble sort of feeling. So I'm trying to tap back into that. Let me figure out the lighting. Oh, worse. That might be worse. Let's bring the light towards. Lighting might be better. The last question I had was, who is the soulmate I'm looking for? So when I was sober, I wrote down, the time will come when the time will come. I'm on the path to get there. I'm not built for trying and putting effort into flings and hedonism. Like I'm not built for going out of my way to go clubbing, go out of my way to hit up some friends to see if anyone wants to go clubbing for the chance of meeting some girl that I know I'm not gonna, marry or like get into like a soulmate like sort of partnership relationship with. It's just too much effort. Like it's too much effort for me to install Hinge and Tinder. Like I'm not built for trying in those ways. I do try in other ways. Like I like putting together dinners, putting together activities, bringing a bunch of friends together. They usually bring their friends. If they invite me to something where I can meet new people, I usually always say yes. That's sort of what I'm built for. And I also wrote when I was sober, I need to fully love myself and thrive in isolation for this person to come into my life. Yeah, those are pretty solid answers. It was the mushroom answers. She, this soulmate, is also on a mirror journey. We're both trying to get to each other. This chapter I'm at now, she is at the exact same chapter, and we're just going through life trying to get to each other. We're both trying. She's living this mirror journey. She's equally just as confused and questioning the world, and we're both trying to get to each other. She's coming. She's on the other side of the coin. All these current girls are not this person. That's another thing I'm realizing. All the people, these girls that come into my life, they're not this person that's trying her best to find a way to me. So I can't get distracted. And then I have to believe and have faith that my soulmate, she's focused on not getting distracted. She's looking for me. And if I get distracted by these other girls that, if they were her, I'd know. Like that they'd be calling me, reaching out, sort of they they wouldn't flake, they'd go out of their way, that would be like just constantly just giving each other sort of positive affirmation, compliments, and would be able to see each other and make each other feel seen. That has not happened with these. I've met some pretty cool girls recently, but they're not my soulmate. They're not this soulmate that is trying to get to me. So I just need to be patient and know that this not this anxiety, this sort of like not sureness, lack of faith, maybe anxiety, yeah, unsureness, pushing through, looking around and questioning why everyone has a different sort of love life, love journey, and realize that she's gone through the exact same thing. And she's probably having the exact same realization I'm having right now, where she's probably like, man, my soulmate is trying his very best to get to me. And the fact that he is, I'm going to try my best. Like, I haven't met this person. I don't know who this person is, but we're going to find a way to each other. So yeah, those are the 6 questions I wrote for myself. I guess it was a very good um, discovery session. Let me put the date on it. Yeah, I think it's just sort of more intentional by sort of doing that, going on that journey. Was I was intentionally asking and wanting to answer these questions. Whereas if I sort of didn't have this journey scheduled in, I probably wouldn't have learnt these things. And I do think that maybe these answers I could have came to sober anyways. But you guys saw the differences in answers with sober versus mushroom. They're quite similar, but different. Like the mushroom answers were probably more spiritual, whereas the sober answers were more like a logical person trying to be spiritual. Because like even when sober, I was talking about stuff like being immortal, sort of time will come. I need to fully love myself in isolation. Um, I need to get ready for my next rebirth. Like I was saying a lot of crazy things even when sober. But it was sort of a person who, like I was a the sober me was a person who read trying to be spiritual. Whereas I think the mushroom answers were quite spiritual answers. Yeah, I think the main takeaway is like I want to double down on being me. I want to have faith that my soulmate is coming and she's trying her best. And she knows that I'm trying our best and we just need to keep on this path. And I also need to focus on just living and knowing that the universe has my back and that right now I'm just growing. I'm I'm being put through the necessary things needed to get awaken and understand what I'm battling and what I'm up against. Yeah. And the things I need will come its way. Yeah, those were the main takeaways. So yeah, that was a very, very interesting experience. I'm gonna store it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop this recording, and this will be sort of the mushroom experience. And I'll probably do another recording now as well, going over different things I've written down. But I am pretty tired. These do sort of mentally drain me because I guess I'm thinking, I'm not too sure, but sort of like I'm reviewing its work. I'm studying, I'm learning about myself. I guess that's what it is. It's learning. So what I might do is I might stop this recording, make this a video, take a quick break, and then film and knock out a few lessons and notes I've given to myself over the last 2 weeks.